Hi, it's Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today we're going to make Mr. Sulu from the Star Trek series. We're going to be using a single loom, and it's going to be in the offset configuration with columns 1 and 3 being slightly lower than column 2, and your pegs are going to be the arrow facing towards you, or the open part of the peg facing towards you. We're going to be double banding, which means you take 2 bands and you place them over the pegs as if they were a single band. Now, the only difference with Sulu is I'm using a different skin tone colour for him. I'm using a tan colour, but it's not a Rainbow Loom tan, so that should be a little different. Other than that, he's going to probably end up looking quite like Captain Kirk, but with black hair. I wonder how you guys are all faring with the allergy season. It's been particularly brutal here the last week or so. So you're going to notice in my tutorials that I sound like I have a permanent cold. So I do apologise in advance for that. Taking a single band, stretch it and place it over these 3 pegs. And then we're going to take a single band and twist it once, twice and 3 times and place that here. I'm going to thread my eyes. I'm using the mini pony beads and they fit down my 2.75 crochet dude hook rather well, but you can use floss, you can use a metal threader, whatever you find to help you thread those on. You don't need to use beads, you can use bands if that's what you've got as well. So they get threaded on here, and the top part of the band goes above this peg with the bottom part under, so it sort of works as an end crossover band. We're going to use 3 bands for his neck, and then we go back to 2 bands. Okay, so we're doing his yellow suit. I really do like these Crazy Loom bands, they're quite nice. Okay, to do his arms we're going to take a single flesh tone and wrap it once and twice and slide onto a pair of flesh tone. Loop that back on, and now we're going to do 4 pair of yellow. Like that, and that will go on here. And do the same again for the other side, a single flesh tone, slide it onto a pair, and then 4 pair of the yellow. Pop that on here. We're going to move to black for the trousers, and on the first and third column they go all the way to the bottom of the loom. Oops, one's broken. We'll move that out of the way. Couple more black ones for the groin area. Two from centre to the right, two from centre to the left, and we're going to put an end cap here. Take a single band, wrap it once and twice, and that pops on here. We're going to do his shoes. Take 2 bands, wrap once and twice, and you will slide onto 2 bands. Reclaim the end of your bands. Take 2 bands, wrap once and twice, slide onto 2 bands, and then the set we made first, we're going to take the 2 closest to the end of the hook up and over and onto those bands. Then swap places on your hook, the other side, and move them over like that. Reclaim the end of your bands and tilt the foot, and we'll pop that here on the end of the leg. Let's do the same for the other side. 2 bands, wrap once and twice, and we'll slide them onto 2 bands. Reclaim the end, 2 bands, wrap once and twice, slide onto 2 bands. The set we made first, move it up, take the 2 closest to the end of your hook up and off, and then swap places. Move up and off and reclaim, angle the foot the way you want it to go, and that pops on the end of that leg. Now we need to do some crossover bands, so take some single bands and stretch them over these 3 pegs in the shape of a triangle. I'm not trying to make big muscles or anything like that on anybody at this stage. They're literally just going to be stretched out and placed over like that. Okay. Oh, there's a broken band. You see that? Let's replace that one. That is here. I'm going to lift that up. Good catch, you guys. Thanks for alerting me. Replace that. Let's start looping up. Push the foot back out the way and let's loop up, grabbing the bottom 2 black bands. Now I want the continuity of his pants to remain the same, so I'm going to dig down past that end cap, grab the 2 top bands here and loop to the sides before I continue with his pants. Let's move that back where it belongs. So I've looped the crotch in, but now I'm going to loop up this part of his pants so that we still have that line going up without something breaking it in the middle. That feels like more than 2 bands. Let's put that back. Wiggle your hook around. If you grab more or you need to go back a step, wiggle your hook around and it sort of puts everything back in the right order. Dig down. There we go. Just get those last 2. Push those crossover bands back with the back of your hook so that you've got space. Space, the final frontier. Sorry. Dig down, find the 3 bands and loop up. Oopsie. That didn't sound very promising, did it? Got 1 there. Let's see if I can salvage that other one. There it is. Yay! Oh, Murphy's Law. I get it and drop it again. There we are. Grab 2 black bands so that we can tie this off. Poke down the middle of that peg, grab the 2 bands, pull them through into the back of the peg, and then reclaim the end of your bands. 2 closest to you, up, over, off, and pull tight. Let's take our hook and throw it all over the place. Let's take him off the loom. As I said in previous tutorials, sometimes the actual bands will, well, not sometimes, always, the bands will relax. So if the legs look a bit spindly or, you know, sort of weird shaped, they do relax a little bit into shape after a little while of just leaving them. To do his little emblem on his shirt, I'm going to take, I've got gold bands here, 2 of them. I'm going to poke my hook through and I'm going to make the bottom of a triangle by going through and through like that, and keep those close together. And I've obviously taken it too far because it's come through the other side. Let's try and grab that back. There we go, before it gets stolen from me. Let's grab the 2 ends and I'm going to place one over the other, and what I'm going to do is use a little S clip to actually keep these in place. Okay, to grab a little S clip or a C clip or whatever you happen to have, and I'm just going to place my clip there like that. Now with the other one, I'm going to go above it, and I'm going to try and make it so that it's a slightly smaller line, so that it can sort of make a sort of look like a triangle, kind of like that. So again, I'll grab the ends, one over the other, and I'll use the other end of my clip for that. Now, was I clever or not? Let's pull them forward so that they can... I don't think I did a particularly good job on that one actually. Might try that top one again. I think I was actually too close. Pull him into shape. Go through one side. You have to make sure that you're not going through the same bands, because if you do, when you pull it, it's just going to go straight through on itself, which is really rather redundant. Pull one side over the other and attach to the end of the clip, and turn it round and gently ease that to the forefront so that you can see it. There we go, that looks a bit better. For his hair, I'm just going to grab my hook, poke my hook through some of the bands at the back and pull the hair so that it can be discreetly hidden behind some of these existing bands here, like that. Pull him into shape a bit, and there we have another one of our little Star Trek members. So let's do, perhaps I'll do Scotty or Uhura. Let's see how we go.